Welcome to Writing and Reading the Declaration of Independence. In this talk, we'll be looking at the great powers of Europe and what they had to do with colonization. It had started in the 1500s with Spain and Portugal. Directing their attention to the southern part of the New World, they had exported religion and language, and they had imported loot, anything that wasn't nailed down and that could fit on a ship. Gold and silver they had brought back. It wasn't entirely successful. They did export religion and language, and that stuck. The loot just flowed through their fingers and didn't do very much good. It was left to France and Great Britain to try something a little different in the 1600s. France turned its attention to the central part of North America, what was called the Ohio Valley. There they installed strategically located forts, a few, not a lot, but with enough soldiers to make a point, and also their traders and trappers made good relations with the Indians. Further north in Quebec, they were able to settle with the import of the religion and language, and they were able to establish fisheries. The British settled all along the East Coast, and while the landmass may not seem an awful lot compared to what the French controlled, it was very strategically located for trade and for immigration. By the early 1700s, there were 2 million British subjects located in North America. That made all the difference, and it was also obvious that there would be conflict between France and Great Britain as the British settlers expanded westward. Rules of the game were in place. The colonies would be there to directly benefit the mother country. Now, that had pluses and minuses. From the colonist standpoint, the plus was that the British pretty much left them alone, politically speaking. They could establish their own self-government and not have to worry too much about people looking over their shoulders, except in matters of economy, where the home government in London felt that they could do pretty much whatever they wanted, and thus the policy, loosely speaking, of mercantilism was established and made some sense. Now, mercantilism as a word didn't come up until Adam Smith wrote his Wealth of Nations in 1776. Looking back, he saw this rather confused policy of the British home government of controlling trade and gave it a name, mercantilism. The seed of independence had been planted.